I've been asked by a number of parents. I normally teach coding clubs at various schools, and we're in the middle of the COVID-19 outbreak, and so most schools are closed. Coding clubs aren't operating, and I've been asked if there's any way that their children, who are now stuck at home, can play Minecraft with each other, with their friends, but of course remotely, so that they continue to stay in their homes. So there are plenty of tutorials about how to set up a Minecraft server, but they're all aimed at those who kind of know what they're doing. If you go to the official site here, which I'll put in the description, you can download the Java edition to make a server, but already up here it's mentioning using Java from the command line. You've got to tinker with the path environment, you've got to set up this prompt. That it all gets a bit hair-raising for the average non-technical person. So I thought I'd put this together to try and show you how you can do it. Now, the first thing to realise, which those of you who perhaps are parents of children playing Minecraft, that you can actually run an in-house server from the Minecraft you've already downloaded. So we'll show you that in a minute. But there's two things you will need before you can run your server at home. And that is, first of all, you need your public IP address. That is the one that the rest of the world sees where you are, and also your local IP address. So to find the local IP address, the best thing to do is to go to your your search menu. Now, mine of course appears on my other desktop, so I can't show you this. Type in CMD into the search bar there, and you should see something that says app command prompt, and it's that you want. And once you've run it, this is what appears. So this is my command prompt. Don't be frightened by this. It's just a way of typing stuff in to get things done. We only need to find out what our local IP address is. So to do that, just type in IP config and then press the enter key. Now this will give you some information. This particular computer is connected to the internet via an Ethernet cable, so there are no mention of Wi-Fi and all the other stuff here, and there's a series of numbers here. I have two Ethernet connections to this computer. One of them is not connected. I also run VirtualBox for running virtual machines. That's what this is for. Ignore that. The important one is this one up here, your Ethernet adapter, and these numbers up here. This particular machine has 192.168.02 as its IP address. Yours will be something different, and just to show you that, I've got a screenshot I took from my laptop the other day. This one of course was running on a Wi-Fi, and so you've got these wireless LAN adapters here. Again, there's a couple of them disconnected, and this one is the one that's actually running, and the IP address of that machine was 192.168.0.29. So the one you need, if I get that out of the way, is the machine you're currently running on, and the one that you're going to set up your server on. It's this number up here. So make a note of that, and then we don't need that anymore. That's gone. Now, the second thing you'll need is your public IP address. The easiest way to do that, if I just go to a new tab, is to type in, I'm going to move this out of the way, just type in IP into your search bar and press enter, and that will 99 times out of 100 display your public IP. I don't want mine to be shown to the rest of the world, and this actually brings in a very good point regarding safeguarding. If you set up a Minecraft server for your child to use, please make sure they do not give out your public IP address and the port that you're going to run your server on to social media and all sorts of other things. Strictly control who gets that address. Make sure it's only the friends of your children, and keep in good control. You don't want the rest of the world knowing it, which is why mine has now gone off of site. So, right, so here's how to run your own home server without installing anything. I took a slight pause here to get 2 instances of Minecraft running on the same machine. This is not what you would normally do, but it serves the purpose here. So this is the first instance which I've logged in with my Inksaver account name, and I'm going to choose single player and a Minecraft world that I've already set up, so we'll hit that. You'll be familiar with all of this. Now here's where it starts to get a bit different. If you press the escape key, you'll see there's a button there that says open to LAN. So if I hit that, you can choose whichever game mode you want. You can allow cheats on or off, entirely up to you. And then when you're ready, press start LAN world. Just going to hit the / key here. You'll see that there is a port number that comes up. So this game is being hosted on port 55532. This changes every time you do this. Unfortunately, I can't seem to find a way of making a permanent port that stays the same. But then again, this is not intended for use for hosting via the internet. This is purely a multiplayer game that you run in your own home. So I'll move that to one side. Now assume that I'm now on a different computer. I'm actually on the same computer, but this would normally be played on a different computer in your own home. This is a different account, and this time I'm going to hit multiplayer. Now it's found this one, but I don't think it will connect to that, because you'll see that it's found this on the second 168.56 was the second LAN port. So why on earth it's found that, I do not know, but no worries. So we're going to hit direct connect, and we're going to put in, I've partially filled this in, so I'm going to use the IP address that we found for my machine, which is 192.168.02, and then we're going to type in this port. So after you've typed the numbers in, this is your local IP address of the computer you are running Minecraft, or that you intend to run Minecraft server on. Then put a colon in, and then this number 55532, and with any luck that will join the server. Let's hit that. There we go. It's shown on this other screen. If I hit F5, you'll see there's me, Inksaver. So we're now playing multiplayer, and if you look at, if I just hit that one on this side, it's my other account here is now joined the game. So we are definitely multiplayer, but in-house. So we will close those off. So on this one, if we just press escape, disconnect, it's now saying it's left the game, cancel, quit game. This one, escape, save and quit to title. I won't quit the game, I'll just leave that one running for the time being, and we'll put that to one side. Right, so we're ready to start putting the files into our previously set up folder. So if you remember, we had this Minecraft server 115.2 for myself here, which of course at the moment is empty. Let's just get rid of that so that it's a bit clearer. We now need to download the files that we need. So there is, just wanted to show you, if you type in Minecraft server setup into YouTube, you get a whole bunch of quite useful videos. This one is quite good as well, but again it does kind of expect you to know what you're doing. If we go to this one here, this is where you get your server file from. The one you want is this one here called Minecraft server 115.2.jar. Now when you click it to download it, despite saying that's what it's supposed to be, it doesn't actually come down as that. It comes down as server.jar. I've downloaded it into a specific folder on my downloads. Ignore the Forge one. That was if you wanted to run a Forge server. We'll perhaps do that another time. So you want this server.jar from the official Minecraft site, and you want start server.exe, which is from my GitHub site. So I'll put that in. Right, so this is my site here, if I go back to the main one, I'll put this link in the description, and you'll see that it's got a bunch of stuff here about how to use the startserver.exe, how to make it. There is here a PDF file, which if I show you that, has got a whole bunch of stuff which is basically the same as you're seeing on this video, so you can download that and read that whenever you're ready. Just hit the back button. The one we need at the moment is startserver.exe. Now of course you won't trust any executable file you find on the internet, and quite rightly so. So what I've done is I've included here the C# text file which you can use to compile your own. I'll put a link in the description to a video that I did for setting up Minecraft Portable, where I show you how to use Sharp Develop so you can make your own compilation. But if you trust mine, then by all means download it. So hit that one and you'll have, there's my logo, the ink saver there, and it's got a simple download here. So I will move that out of the way because obviously I've already downloaded it. So that's my startserver.exe. So you'll need to copy those two into your new Minecraft server folder. So paste those in. Now we also need the Java runtime. The files I just showed you on, the links I just showed you on YouTube, which are some of them very good, but they assume that you have Java installed on your machine already, which you may do, but you may not. You can see I have, because it's got the little server.java, got that little icon on it, so that means it's recognized by Windows as being a Java file and it'll run it. But just in case you don't, there's a way around this. What you can do is if you go to where the Minecraft is installed, which is in C program files x86. So again, just briefly show you that. So C drive, program files x86, and then Minecraft, if I can find it, there we go. Inside there you'll find this runtime folder. That is the Java distribution that is sent when you download Minecraft. So we're going to borrow that. So we'll Control C or copy paste and put it in to there. Make sure you don't simply drag it across, because we don't want to take it out of our Minecraft folder, we just want to copy it. So we've now got these three files here, and this is where the big difference, if we get rid of that one, this is where the big difference between the way my executable file here runs and the way they try and show you on all those other videos. All you do with mine is just hit it and it does the job. So you'll see at the moment we've just got one folder and two files. I'm going to hit startserver.exe, and that will start up a command prompt asking you how much memory do you want to use for your server, e.g. 1 GB, 2, 8, whatever. So you just type a number in here, and then that will set the amount of memory that you want to use. Now you'll notice that this file euler.txt has appeared. If I double click that, it says Euler equals true. So my program wrote that in so that the server will now run, because you'd have had to otherwise modify the one that the server builds and change the settings within it, which is a complete nuisance and totally pointless. So we've now done that automatically. I'll just show you the source code for that, if I can find where I've done it. Oh, here we are. Right, so what it did here was it wrote that file euler.txt and put in it Euler equals true. Now the bunch of lines that you're seeing here is these ones here, how much memory, etc, etc. So that shows you how that comes up. I'm not going to bog you down in how to run a C# program, just showing you what happens. So we're now going to use, I'll put it as 2, although I have 16 gigabytes, because that's kind of a friendly amount that you can use. Now I'm going to get ready to catch this window before it disappears. It only sits up for 5 seconds, so I'm about to hit Alt print screen after I've hit enter. So enter, then Alt print screen. That will mean that I can now save that as a screenshot and show you what popped up just before the next window. So we just Control V into my paint program. We'll just make that a bit smaller and we'll drag that across. There we go. So before it moved on to the next step, these statements here are just to help when the file was being debugged. So it's found the file server.jar. It's running this from C Minecraft server, and it says it's about to run Java from C Minecraft server 1.15.2 runtime JREX64 bin Java. So that's found the Java executable that we borrowed. And these are the arguments here to run the program. If I just show you the official website where it shows this. Where are we? Let's get that out of the way. And we'll drag that back in. There we go. Right, you'll see this arguments section here was what it was supposed to be put in. And in fact, I'll just move that up a wee bit. That's it. That looks very similar. Let's get the thing up to this. Those are the arguments we're sending in. We're sending in 2048 because I chose 2 gigabytes jar, and because we're running it from the C drive, we wanted to put the full path in here just to make sure there's no errors. So that's pretty much a good match, and then it starts the server. So we'll get that out of the way, because while I've been showing you that, the server has indeed been running. Let's see if we've got that up somewhere. Get this one out of the way. That's it. Right. Right. So here's the running server. So if we drag this up to the top, you'll see at the very beginning when it started it said failed to load properties from file server.properties. Well, that's because at the time server.properties didn't exist, but since it continued to run, it prepared the world, the spawn area, put a bunch of files in, and we've now got all this lot here. So we've got the only one that's not put in by server.jar is this one, setmemory.txt. This is the one my program wrote, and it's got 2 gigabytes in there as the amount that we set it for. There's the server properties, which we will be playing with shortly, but we'll just get this one back up. The important thing we need to see on this one is that it's on port 25565, which is the default port that servers use, and it's all servers that run. You can of course change that yourself, but you may as well leave it as it is. And now of course we can now join this proper server using the same Minecraft account that I was running earlier. Let me just get this out of the way. So this is the one that I was running to show you that other demonstration. We're going to go on to multiplayer again. This time we haven't got anything coming up, so we're going to physically add this server. So you can leave the name Minecraft server as you wish, there's no problem there. And then in the address bar we're going to put, as we're still running this on a home LAN, we'll put the same address in that we used before, which is 192.168.0.2, and this time we're going to use the default server port, which is 25565. 25565, and hopefully we've got that 192.168.0.2:25565 done, and it's found it. We've got the green bars, so click on it and fingers crossed we'll hit join server. That looks promising. They do crash out sometimes. Brilliant. Okay, so we're now logged into the server. I'll just press the / button just to pause that for a minute, and you'll see on our server window it says Inksaver joins the game. So I'm now running on the server, and again, other people on other computers within the household can do this directly. There's no need to do any messing about. The important thing to do now is, at the moment, there is no server admin, there is no operator. So on this one here, you're going to make myself an admin by doing op and then my name, Inksaver. Press enter, and it says, oh, it says the player is already an operator. I must have obviously gone on to this previously when I was testing it out. I forgot that I'd done that, but you can of course op other people, but I'm already an administrator, so that from within the game, even if I'm not on the same computer as the server is running, I can control everything from here, but I'm not going to go into server commands and things at the moment. So that's it. We're now joined to a server. So again, we will disconnect this by escape again, and disconnect. There's my thing. We can cancel that. I'll move that out of the way just in case we need it for any further reasons, but here we are. It's now saying that it's Inksaver lost connection, disconnected, left the game. So do remember, when you first play this yourself, just op yourself. I didn't remember that I'd already done it, which is why I got this error here. So that server is running nicely, and we're ready to go onto the internet. Now, you need to do now what's called port forwarding, which of course varies depending on what internet provider you've got, what router you've got, etc, etc. So I can't really be of much help there, except that if you just find my browser thing, if you type into your search engine up here, if we search for your router, mine is let's say if we go for port forwarding and then Asus, can't remember what it is, N66 I believe, N66U, let's try that. Okay, here we go. So we've now got Open Port Guide, port forwarding. So you've got a whole bunch of stuff that shows you how to port forward on your particular router. So I can't really give you direct instructions here because it varies so much, but what you basically want to remember is that you're going to forward your port to the local IP address that you have found, which in my case, if you remember, is 192.168.0.2, and the TCP and UDP ports, not as they've got it here, this is for Xbox Live, but for Minecraft, this would be the server port that we have just discovered, which was this one here, so 255.65. So that hopefully will get you running on a server. Now do remember, when you give this out to other people, if we just write this down on a new tab for you, let's get this across. Right, file, new tab, there we go. So let's say your external IP address when you found it was 80.90.10.26. These are just random numbers, they're not real, so don't try putting that in. Colon 255.65. That series of numbers is what you would give to your children's friends who wants to join in the server. As long as you have opened that port in your router and you have given your correct external public IP address, that will connect into the Minecraft server in exactly the same way as I did on here, by going to multiplayer and then add server or direct connect and putting those numbers in. I won't put those in here because that is some random person, and I very much doubt whether they're running a Minecraft server, but that will show you how to do it. So good luck, and enjoy playing Minecraft over the internet.